helps you to know what matters and what doesn't. And it helps you to know what to do and what not to do.
Right.
So by doing that, it helps you to focus on the right things, and then you do what helps you to push your life forward.
That's wonderful. You know, as we did mention earlier on, a lot of us don't even realize that we are living on autopilot, and we've been doing this for years and years and years. And at every 31st, we just go into the new year, we're excited about it, and then we go back to our old habits and all that. But I just wanted to touch on this, you know, right? Because have you ever felt like you were living on autopilot, right? And even if you felt that way, how did you recognize it, and what did you even have to do to change that?
Yeah. I mean, I had that experience, and I remember it like yesterday. So it was 2008, and that year the team was a year of great increase there. So we went to 2009, I think so. No, 2007 was a year of increase.
Okay.
Then in 2008, the team was a year of great increase. So I was like, I arrested myself, and I believe that was when I was doing that, having an introspective analysis, like trying to analyze certain things. Because the team has come, and I was like, wait a minute. They said this year is a year of great increase. Last year was a year of increase. That means last year there was supposed to be an increase, or there was an increase of which this year is going to be greater. Wait a minute, have I experienced any increase in the first place? I was like, okay. So that's when I realized I'm not being conscious of the things that they are giving to us. And I'm not even, I'm not attaching some level of seriousness to it. Because if I am doing it, I would have known when they said a year of great increase quickly.
Right.
But I didn't know until it occurred to me at a point in time that, look, they've changed the team. Last year was increase. This year, great increase. There are some similarities. Increase and increase. But this time around, there is a word introduced, great increase. And it makes a lot of difference. So then I realized, okay, then it means that the year teams are not supposed to just be something that they are giving to us. It is supposed to have impact on our lives. So I am not, so that's when I made that decision that I am not going to go through this year without not experiencing the theme of the year. And that even led me to coming up with a personal year themes so that it will guide my life. Since that decision was taken by me from 2008, my life never remained the same. Because from there I realized that the year I was determined to make sure that the year ends with me achieving something significant. I was not ready to let the year pass me by without not pointing hands at 1, 2, 3 things that happened that was not before. I was not willing to end the year with everybody saying that, oh, thank God I'm alive today. Yes, if we are here and I'm here, we are all alive. God has been good to us. And I'm not saying we shouldn't be thankful to God for protecting, preserving our lives. That's not what I'm saying. That brings to mind the plane crash that happened in DC recently. And there's this flight attendant, a lady, who was sharing her story, and it touched me so differently. Why? Because she said that she had been in that plane, moving from city to city throughout the day. And then when her shift was over, she stepped off, she welcomed her colleagues in, and she said goodbye to them, like they wished her well for the night, and then she wished them well. And so they were going to see each other the next at the next rotation. 10 minutes after, the people that she shook hands with, the people that she welcomed them on board, are now referred to as dead people. 10 minutes. Now, with such a person sharing a testimony 31st of being alive is different from me saying that God has protected me. There's difference. The weight of her being alive is different from mine. You get a point. At the end of the day, we are all alive. Right. So we need to have that in mind, that we are all going to be alive, but there's a reason why we are alive. And that life we have, we must make it count.
So being alive is not just enough.
No. No. there's a reason for that, and you must make it count.
Wow. So you must make it count.
Yeah.
And I think you did mention one thing that is worth underlining, that every year we get the yearly themes, but then you should also have a personal theme, which will also guide you. So even though you have the corporate theme, if you belong to a church, you can say this is what the theme that the church has brought to us. But then as an individual, you should also have a personal theme that guides you for the year. So it can either be coined from the main corporate theme, or it can be a theme that you have by yourself that can either complement the corporate theme, or it can even be something also different as well.
If I'm not cutting you, but the point is this: that sometimes, and there's no pride. This has nothing to do with pride or trying to know. Sometimes the thing that the church has brought, maybe you have lived it already.
Okay.
So you might not want to, connect so much to that. Like you are moving with it, but you need to put something on top of that.
Right.
So they are saying that maybe there's a year of increase. Maybe the previous year you were trying to increase. So now that the corporate team is increased, you are trying to move a step further. So it's a year of greater increase for you. You see that?
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, you knowing where you are will help you to know how to align yourself. So sometimes it's not even about being on the same level. Sometimes your level might have been even a little bit higher. It's not right, because you've been intentional all these years, and so you decide to make sure you have a sub team that is helping you to get along better. That's so true.
Yeah. So initially, let's go back to autopilot again, because we just want to touch on the subtle nature of autopilot, right? Because we're talking about at what point did you even recognize it, and then you were talking about on 31st you didn't notice about the changing themes, but then you didn't see the reflection in your own life. And some of these things is because autopilot is so living an autopilot life is just so subtle that you might not even recognize that it is there, because these things build over time, right? It takes time for you to be ingrained into living an autopilot life, because you become so unconscious about it. So you just be living life as normal, as like everybody else does. So autopilot is so subtle that it's very dangerous. And we are saying this because we want people to begin to think about it, like take a step back, like what you did. You took a step back and you were able to recognize that this year was a year of increase. Next year is supposed to be a year of greater increase, but I haven't seen the difference, right? So everybody needs to take a step back, look at your life. If you have things, if you belong to a church, and ask yourself, was I able to live according to this theme? What results did I get out of this? Take a step back, reflect on these things, and then that will be a guiding light for you to realize that where am I in this journey of life that I am in. You don't just want to go into the new year thinking about, oh, we've come, it's 2025, we're all excited, and then by the end of the year, December, you would have nothing to show for, you have no results for that. And I think people should begin to think about how dangerous living on autopilot is. Yeah, we want to talk about this real quick. I think I'm very passionate about young people.
Okay.
So I want us to touch base on this for the younger people, that what are some of the challenges and habits that stop young people from living with focus and also with purpose. And the reason why I'm asking this is because we have a category of young people that do not even know what their purpose is. And that is very, very, very sad. Now, we do have another category of people, young people, or even people in general, they know what their purpose is, but they are not focused enough to be able to achieve that purpose. And that is why I want us to touch on this a little bit.
Yeah. So talking about purpose, generally, that is one of the most difficult questions to answer, and one of the unanswered questions on earth when it comes to purpose.
Right.
Both young and old alike, people don't know their purpose. Let's maybe 3% or 4% of the world population that are so much aware that they are in touch with themselves, knowing that this is exactly what I am doing, this is who I am, because that That purpose thing is a tough thing.
Yeah.
It's simple when you begin to study it, but it is not simple when you have to live it. Because living your purpose, it means that you don't have to live according to the dictate and opinions of people.
Right.
And everybody wants you to live the way they want you to live in a certain way that suits them. Parents want their children to live in a certain way that makes them happy. Pastors want their members to live in a certain way that pleases them.
Yeah.
And what the friends are trying to tell you to live in a certain way. People you went to seek for their help because they have to help you. They try to dictate for you. That is why a nation will dictate to another nation that is seeking their help, that use this help this way. Meanwhile, you know that this is the way I want it.
Right.
And that is not to say that when people are contributing to your life, you shouldn't. But the point is this: living according to your purpose is that tough, because sometimes you have to turn down so many opinions and ideas because it may not end up contributing to who you want to be. So with young people in this context, the starting point of living an effective life is having a sense of purpose,
Right.
and a sense of direction. If you don't know what your life is about, you go about each day doing the wrong thing. So one of the things that will help you to arrest yourself is asking yourself some questions, especially in the new year.
Right.
You would have to engage yourself. I call it self-reflection. So I have something here. Now, for example, we are in a new year. Now, the new year is not going to be exciting except you have been an exciting person.
Right.
Yeah. So it takes you being exciting to make the year exciting.
Exciting.
Yeah. The year is not going to be exciting without you being exciting. It's not going to be nice without you being nice. It's not going to be great without you being great. The year is there. It's like a raw material. You have to take it and use it the way it ought to be. So it starts and it rises
Right.
and falls on you. So for you to live according to purpose, you have to ask yourself questions.